Yeah, boy. Already know what it is. D47 all day for real. Handling my business at all times. Revisiting as much rugby league information as possible. Right now, a special edition pop-off to add to the playlist all points at the one end of the field. And so you're not missing any crucial rugby league information, watching this video all the way through to the end, as per always. So, for this playlist here, all points at one end of the field. It doesn't happen very often, but every now and then we do get a game of Australian Rugby League where all the points are scored down to one end of the field. For that to happen, one of the team needs to score all their points for the game in the first half, then not score again in the second half, whereas the other team needs to have not scored in the first half and score all their points in the second half. And that's how we get all the points down one end of the field. We already had a game in this year in 2024 in round 3, when Newcastle Knights led Melbourne Storm 14-0 at half-time, before Storm came back in the second half and eventually lost 14-12. So in that game, all the points were down to one end. And this one here, in round 10, 2024, Titans versus Cowboys at the Titans home ground on the Goldcoast. Titans led 20-0 at half-time, didn't score again, and Cowboys got their 18 points in the second half for Titans to eventually cling to a 20 points to 18 win, but very unconvincingly. But all the points down the one end of the field for this one. So, going into it, two struggling teams, and I wasn't really sure who was going to win. Both teams were going very ordinarily, but they were at least scoring some quality tries. So I thought there would be at least a few good tries scored, which we did see at least. But overall, like the overall grand scheme of things, the game never rose to any great heights. Two just average sort of teams just giving it their best. And Titans, unfortunately, after leading 20-0 at half-time, they nearly bombed it. They let Cowboys get back to only lose 20 points to 18, and Cowboys, in fact, could have scored in the dying stages and stolen the win, and Titans only just hung on. So, early on, the Titans, Brian Kelly kicked a penalty goal for the Titans to lead 2-0, and then it took till midway through the first half for the first try, scored by Jojo Fafita for Titans. The next try scored by David Fafita for Titans. And the next one scored by AJ Bruton for Titans. So that's 3 of their best players, all getting a try each, which is good to see. Those 3 tries all converted by Brian Kelly for Titans to get their 20-0 lead at half-time. Then in the second half, it was still 20-0 midway through the second half, so I thought, okay. Titans, of course, way down the bottom of the ladder where they usually are, but it looked like they were going to have a good win. I thought maybe they get a couple more tries, like and win 32 points to 6, something like that. But of course, they had to fumble and flop and let Cowboys back into it. The Cowboys got Drinkwater, made a couple of long line breaks midway through the second half to get them back into it, before eventually the Cowboys' outstanding second row forward and Queensland Origin representative Jeremiah Nanai, he got 2 tries. He got 2 tries for them, both of those converted by Valentine Holmes, and that made the score at that point Titans 20, Cowboys 12. Then the Cowboys' Kyle Felt scored the next try late in the game. That one converted by Scott Drinkwater. So, Valentine Holmes converting the 2 tries by Jeremiah Nanai, but Scott Drinkwater converting the try by Kyle Felt. And then at that point, obviously, Cowboys had stormed back into it to only trail 20 points to 18. And then late in the game, it looked like the Cowboys' Kyle Felt might score another one, right with only about 1 or 2 minutes left, right at the death. Looked like he was going to go in the corner and score another one, which would have stolen the win for him 22-20, or 24-20 if they got the goal. Looked like he was going to steal the win for Cowboys after Titans led 20-0. Titans, to their credit, they got 4 or 5 defenders across the field to put Kyle Felt over the sideline, stop him scoring that try, and therefore just cling on for a 20 points to 18 win. But it was a win they needed because it was only their second win of the season so far, whereas South Sydney, who are below them on the ladder, only have 1 win so far. So it keeps the Titans' noses in front of the Rabbitohs for the wooden spoon battle. So they did enough to win in the end, just, but very, very unconvincing. But the biggest fun point of it is that all the points in this game were scored down the one end of the field, which we don't see very often, but we will every now and then. And when we do, I'm going to pop it off a few days later, or a week later at the most. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the very end. If you're still here, thank you so much for ongoing, continued, brutal support. And you can also check out my second channel. That's called D47's Dad Jokes. And on there, that's a shorts channel, and there's tons of frivolous, stupid, ridiculous dad jokes. And on here, on the long form footy sense channel, it's serious business, on the grind, all day, AM, PM, pop off, in this motherfucker for real, already know what it is. Thank you so much for watching D47.